Hello everybody, my name is Geko, and today we're playing some more Territorial.io. Before we get into it, I'd like to let you know that I upload videos as frequently as I can, currently every day, as well as if you have any suggestions for what you would like to see or how I should change my videos, let me know in the comments down below. I respond to every single comment that I see. I did recently receive a request to put a timestamp of when the game actually starts, because a lot of you may not like to hear the mumbo jumbo that I spit out at the beginning of the episode. So one, I'm going to try to make my intros a little bit shorter, and two, I'm going to go ahead and slap a timestamp of when the game will actually start down in the corner here, and you can expect to see that regularly in my videos moving forward. Today we're playing some more 1v1, and we're going to see if we can get our points further up in the rankings. So let's go ahead and just jump on in and play some games here. Here's the first 1v1. In case we have any new viewers, I'm going to continue to describe things as though you haven't seen any of my content, but be sure to go back and watch my other videos to make sure that you understand what's going on. I do have one video of how to get in the top 10 where I explain my strategy. I'll link that in a card here. And this gentleman already placed his piece down rather quickly, so I'm going to wait until the last second here because I don't want him to know where I'm placing my piece. And I'm choosing this area because it has the most open space, and that will allow me to grow much more easily, not having to deal with a bunch of bots around me. And I'm waiting for about 6.65 or a little bit less on my interest rate here before I grow. If you wait too much past that, then your interest rate will drop and you will lose out on potential points. And then I like to wait for about 5.8% before I grow again. And then wait for about 5%, and you'll notice I have all of this space here to work with. And you'll also notice that my opponent is already on the top board there, and in my opinion that's good because he's spending a lot of his points to spread quickly, whereas since I'm using my interest rate to grow my points, I'll have a much stronger defense against him. And I try to go after bots that are the weakest around me. As well as, like right here, you'll notice that bot 428, I tried to time that for when they drop all their points, because they will systematically use all of their points at about the same time. And you can, as you play more, you can kind of figure out when they're going to drop all their points. Now another thing I'm going to do here, as I'm collecting everything up, is attempt to reach the player and cut him off from any points I possibly can. That bot was kind of big for me to hit. Probably shouldn't have done that, but you'll notice that I have about 3 times as many points as my opponent does. And that is exactly what we want, because that's what's going to give us the best odds to be able to defeat him. So now I'm working my way around him, trying to cut him off. Trying to go down both directions here. And as you can see, we have significantly more points than he does now. We could almost take him out right away, but I want to play it safe. Hopefully we get here. Now he's kind of cutting us off. That's okay though. We're going to continue to work around him, as well as we want to make sure that we're continuously taking up the points of other bots. And since we've cut him off pretty darn well here, we should have a pretty assured victory. We definitely have a whole lot more land than they have. And that is what's going to keep us at a victory here. Now he kind of caught up to us in points there, but we have a lot more land than he has. And that is going to keep our interest rates high, which is what's going to allow us to defeat him. We're sitting at about 2.2% interest, and we're gathering up just the last bits of land here. and now it's just a matter of making sure that we slowly envelop him. We don't want to throw all of our points directly into him. If we do that, then he could quickly overcome us. So I like to keep my attack range at about 12%. And as you can see here, we have more than double the points he does now, and every time he attacks us, he gets weaker. So this game is definitely ours. I'm going to go ahead and flash him a good game before he jumps out. Always make sure to have your good gamer etiquette. Don't be a sore loser. Don't be a sour winner. Always appreciate your opponent. And now it's just a matter of slowly eating him up. And that was a great start to our video here. And I forget exactly what amount of points I'm at. It told us at the beginning, but it'll tell us in a moment here. And I do respect this guy for waiting until the bitter end instead of...
The dramatic.
Is he all right?
Pause!
Instead of leaving. But, I mean, right now he's just using up his time. I suspect that he's on a couple little islands. Yes, he is. And he is not going down without a fight to the very last point. And there he goes. Good game. That was a great game. And that pushed us up into 29.7 points. So let's go ahead and play another 1v1 game here. You guys really like the 1v1 games, so I will be pumping out a lot more of these rather than other things, unless I come up with some good challenges. There was one viewer who requested I start at a specific point on, I believe it was Prince Edward Island, I think. I'd have to look at it again, and I will be making a video about that shortly. It is an island in Canada, and as I try to accommodate any requests I can in my viewers, I will be making a video specifically for that. Alright, now we're going up against God Bless Texas, who has 30.7 points. He was nice enough to show us where he's starting out at. And I'm going to say that the next best place to go, because that's actually a pretty good spot, I'm going to have to choose quickly here. I'm going to go up here. Not the best of spots, but I'm okay with it. He immediately jumped up into the top place, so he's going to throw a lot of his points in, which I am A-okay with. I'm an investor myself in the real world, and sometimes the best strategy is just to wait and do nothing. Jumped the gun a little bit more than I normally would there by accident, but I'm okay with that. We are just fine. You can see that he has 3 or 4 times as much space as we have, but we have at least 2.5 times as many points as he has. And we need to cut him off from the western side of the map best as we can. Looks like he's making a beeline straight towards me. And we're doing a pretty good job of cutting him off right now. Build up my border a little bit because I don't want him to get enough attack through that he can push through to other bots. And we're doing pretty good here. Could be a little bit better, but it is not terrible. Gotta make sure that we cut him off from the top here. And I would say that we've done pretty well. Now he's going to start spending his points on us, because he doesn't have pretty much any other option to work with. Gotta make sure that he can't send a ship off before I do. So that's why I attacked him back a little bit there. And we are definitely ranking up so much here. He's definitely putting in a good darn fight here. But I would say that we're at a point here where we can just kind of eat him up now. Basically every time he attacks me, I'm attacking him back, as his points dwindle down more and more. And we just have so much more land than he does that he can't recover. And that's it. He doesn't have enough points to sustain himself anymore, and that is going to be our second win of the game. Or of the video, I mean. But I have a feeling he's going to be like the last gentleman and hold off until the bitter end. And there it is. We have now pushed ourselves up to 33.7 points. I would say that we have enough time here to go ahead and play one more game. And here we have it coming up. And we begin again. We're going up against somebody who has a little less points than we do, but they're definitely neck and neck with us. And he's been so kind to show us exactly where he's going to start off at, which is not a bad spot. I'm going to go ahead and go for like right here. Go for my normal percentage, maybe just a tad less. Wait for 6.65%. And there we go. We're off. And once again, our opponent has put himself directly onto the leaderboard, which to me means that he's spending a lot of points. And I'm okay with that. You can see he's growing quite quickly. But we want our points saved up. We're pushing about 15,000, whereas he's barely pushing 1,000 because he's pushing out all of his points, which is going to be really good in our favor here. So we'll go ahead and get started on trying to work our way to cut him off. If we can get all the way to the eastern side before he can get up there. As well as we need to make sure that we pay attention to our north. And he has already begun to attack us. Oh, wonderful. He just wasted all of his points. Because I bet he knew that he was not in a good enough position to win there. So that's 3 wins in a row, which I normally like to keep it short on my videos, keep it at about 3 wins, or 3 games, should I say. I don't always win every single game, and I'm not going to pretend that I do. But we did win 3 games this time, and we pushed ourselves up into 37.7 points. So we're steadily climbing. Let's go back and just real quickly look at the leaderboard and see what we have to work with. Looks like we still have Oi in second place there. I believe this guy, Messiah Israel, has been also on the leaderboard for a while. Green Biscuit is still there. They're pushing the tip top of the points, which I imagine will just continue to go up. I would imagine as long as first player continues to win, that the threshold of the overall high score will continue to go up. So we still have a little ways to go, and it does push away a little bit further, but I would say at the rate that we're winning, that we are gaining traction and getting closer to that goal there. So I'm going to go ahead and say that's the end of this episode here. I appreciate you so much for being with me. If you have any suggestions or would like to see me play any different IO games, please let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe if you watch my content regularly, and make sure that you'll be able to see each and every episode that I upload, which is going to be pretty much every day. I'll be uploading something. I'm definitely pushing out more Territorial.io than anything else, but I do want to keep a little bit of diversity in my videos, so it's not just Territorial.io. I'm also playing some paper IO too, as well as I'm looking into other games right now. There's a game that I used to really like to play before called Little Big Snake, which is like Slither.io, but I think it's a little bit better than Slither.io. But yeah, either way, that'll be the end of this video here. I thank you for being with me. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day, and until next time, toodaloo.